is a servant of Nerul now. Woo!
Not officially, but she should probably become one at this rate. Yeah.
Nah. I think it'd take a lot more than that to overcome her values. Although if she's gonna be that gullible, one shadow man. Yeah, one true god. Yep, totally gonna bring peace to the earth. Yep, woo.
Yeah.
Gonna totally drink this black potion to death. It's a test. Won't do anything to me.
It's black. What's the worst that can happen? It's like
Of course,
coffee.
you'd have to think like, if Palor were gonna test me, why would he give me something as bad as this to test?
Yeah.
Something that does undead shit. Maybe the test was to say no, and I failed.
That's probably what she'd be thinking since she's in horrible pains and stuff. So
She's a cleric. It's not a big deal. Stop the pain.
yeah. I don't think she can even with all the abilities she has.
There's a ease pain spell, I think, in the Book of Exalted Deeds.
Yeah.
But that only lasts for an instant.
Oh, I feel better. Oh, the pain is back. Yeah.
This was a great. Ah! My ribs! My ribs!
Comes back twice as hard.
This was a stupid idea! I need an extend spell! Shit, it doesn't work on this! It doesn't have a long enough duration. Oh. I don't think it'll last. It just has like an instantaneous effect. Like if the pain is something caused by like a one-time casting of a spell, that it's fine. But if it's like an ongoing, continuous effect, then the pain would just return.
I'm pretty sure it's continuous until it's entirely removed.
How is the unique black potion entirely removed? Is it just
No,
naturally
it's not
degrade
the
over time?
potion that's it. The effect of the potion.
Oh, right. Well, how long does? What's the duration of the potion? Do you know?
I sadly do not know. And I'm pretty sure it will last until it turns me into an abomination.
But you succeeded on your saving throws and then voluntarily forfeited.
Yeah. Um,
What the hell have you done,
I'm not sure, but
I was like, I know I'm tired, just sitting here and everything, my character doing nothing, but even I caught in a rule, come on. I'm laying in bed. Yep, I heard the new rule. Tenroujima is like, totally cool with it, man, totally cool with it.
yep. Sounds like a cool guy. What could possibly go wrong?
As she's drinking the potion, well, maybe new rule's just a code word for Pelor. It's like
His
one of
old
his
name, his old
avatars.
alias back in the day.
That's right. It's an avatar of his. Just fucking. The shade pulls off a mask. Surprise! I'm Pelor. Woo! I mean Nerul. I'm Pelor. All right. So, how this will go, I guess. I got to think of a good way to this, and I think I have our hook here.
Alright.
So it's gonna be late at night. We're still gonna be in Dracana. Thorak went out shopping with Caven earlier in the day. It was
Well,
great fun. We had like tons of shopping bags. It was a blast.
and you had a wolf.
A wolf?
Yeah, he bought a wolf.
He did.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I guess
You
I would
should have
know
probably
that.
noticed that, although
I
probably
know.
didn't.
It was
No.
like, well, that's news to me.
Yeah. Or maybe he did it some after shopping when things.
I mean, he certainly could have done that. It's not like Thorax could have babysit him. Apparently, he's
Yeah.
the only one who doesn't have any enemies. Anyway.
Well, except the ogres back in the Scar, which aren't entirely enemies, right? They're
That's
totally
right.
neutral.
They're chew toys. Yeah, they're chew toys. I mean, we're still gonna be in the Scar whenever we go to Fakai. Who knows? There might be an ogre contingent waiting. You know, they had to hire some ogre mercenaries after someone killed all of the critters.
Yeah, we found our humans to be inadequate, so we got some ogres. Fuck.
Well, this just made everything more interesting. And oh, by the way, the Drow Priestess is back. What?
Although, pretty much from the start, as at the end of the session, she will be in that continuous state of being uh fighting the potion
Of
effect.
course. You know,
So
in the bed or in the chair.
yeah,
Sweat coming off her brow, clad in the full plate warrior and a can, even though she shouldn't be. Because it will protect her.
yep,
It will protect her from voluntarily sacrificing defense so that the shadow can nom on her neck.
yep. That's the best idea ever.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stand here and look confused while Uzmuk dies. And the guy's like, well, this is interesting.
Yeah.
Alright, so in that case, we would there would be sounds of a struggle a bit, I imagine, as you know, the boat might actually rock itself since the half ogre's strong enough. As you know, he does what he did before for Dirtle, and
Yep.
he's lumbering down the damn hallway to get to Tenroujima's door. And by lumbering, I mean.
Why do they make these small crappy ships?
Stupid ships need to be ogre sized. This is
Oh,
why I swim.
oh,
And I suppose once he got to your Tenroujima's door, Thorak would rap on it. Only it would be a lot more menacing because he'd be rapping on it with claws. And he has a strength of 33. I don't have a strength of 33. I might have a strength given my size of 12. That's generous. And then he would I imagined I won't do hello because that's not necessary. That's a stream thing, and it's more easier to more easier, yes, easier to understand me whenever I speak normally. So something like Tenroujima, hello. What the hell am I doing? And then he'll open the door. It's considering how terrible of a state she was in to begin with, you know. Providing she's not sitting in front of the door again, so he'll squish her.
no, she'll be late in that this time around.
All right, that's good. Laying in bed in her full plate, twitching.
No, that's not it.
Oh,
That'd be
okay.
really uncomfortable. She doesn't
Just
like
get
plate
like
mail.
just get like an art. Yeah, I mean, I know it was a dwarf's plate to begin with. uh, there's a great story behind the plate mail too of how he came to afford it. That's for another time. We won't worry about that. So he'll peek his head in, you know, his shoulders hunched way low, so that he can ease his head in. He's not that much taller than a human, but it's just his girth in comparison. Peeks his head in. You know, although, say it wouldn't be that dark because she has her own damn light source.
How convenient.
I know. He grabs it, smashes it.
If he just tries to hold it, it will probably instantly break with it
I
with
know
its
he
hardness of
can.
2 and hit
I
with
was,
1.
I mean, he can do gentle stuff. It's not impossible. It's just, you know, he's not used to it. He can
Tries to
run his
move a finger.
claw.
Fuck! I broke it.
That's like his normal reaction. Like, let me sit in the chair. God damn it! It said supports up to 550 pounds. This is bullshit. Uh, he looks in and yeah, in his massive hands, he has like a water skin in like a tiny piece of cloth. Tenrujima, hello. I've come to talk to you. I said I wasn't gonna do that voice. Let's have it.
kind of struggling to get up. She will look at Thorak really tired, and you will notice she's completely covered in sweat. Um, uh, and kind of soft voice. Yes.
Say, I've brought you some water in a water skin that I bought fresh, of course. I didn't fill it out in the sea, as well as a rag. I thought that you might be undergoing a fever of some sort. And Thorax squeezes himself into the room and closes the door behind him, and slowly moves until he's standing next to the bed.
Probably one step here and there.
He probably won't kill you. No worries, they won't hear your screams until it's too late.
Right. Do you hand it to her or already?
Yeah,
All right.
the Thorak, upon reaching it, will offer the water skin as well as the cloth.
Excellent. Once again, struggling to get some movement going, she will take the cloth and the water skin, laying the water skin in the bed, and using the cloth to wipe the sweat off her face. And well, thank you, Thorak. I appreciate it.
And then he'll actually sit down next to the bed, which will actually probably put him at equal height. He sits cross-legged by the bed, straightens his back. And I don't know why I'm laughing so much. It's just the whole idea of just like the little tiny water skin in his massive claw. Be like your troll friend from the orc camp. Only he'd be bigger and even scarier.
Yep.
And Thorak say, like, I guess I have to use the voice. I want you to know that I do not hate you. If I did, I would have cooled you off by throwing you in the sea.
She's still wiping off the sweat. She will instantly stop when she hears throw you into the sea and just gives a little look from, okay.
He tries to offer a friendly smile, but it probably comes across as a menacing evil grin,
Um,
with his underbite showing elongated teeth.
she will quickly look away and take a sip from the water skin.
I also wanted to check on you, if only because I do not know of the threat you faced. I only know that other threats faced both Alfred and Durdle, and in the interests of protecting everyone aboard this ship, I wish to know more about whatever shadowy being I saw, if only so that I could be prepared. I am not capable of flying as I saw it being, so anything would be useful.
Mm. And as you're asking this, she will look away. Once again, a familiar look of shame on her face. Um, it's best if you ask Usmok. He was the one actually fighting him. You would know more about it than I do.
I see. I did try asking him, but he was not able to tell me too much as the being was targeting you. We all have our own past histories and luggage that we bring aboard this vessel, myself included, although we are leaving it behind in my homeland. I only ask so that we may better face whatever attacked you as a group rather than an individual.
Right. All I can tell you about him otherwise is he seems to be a follower of Neural, and she leaves it at that. Looks away.
The Thorak searches his memory. Ah, yes, the god of death. Yet there are few worshippers of that, if only because so many humans actually wish to live in the Scar and the little villages. That I could see why a creature like that would target you, a faithful servant of Pelor. I understand now.
And as you mentioned, faithful servant of Pelor, her um, the look of shame deepens.
Yeah. Thorak's not really great on a sense motive
Well,
for
it's pretty damn
I
obvious.
know, picking up a whole lot of context clues, but his nose, his nostrils widen, he hails deeply. That would explain the scent of sulfur and death on you. It is what I smelled earlier in Dracana, but I paid it no mind. I thought it was some sort of queer cuisine. Yeah, he frowns. He nods his head. Well then, I do not mean to pry too much as to what exactly happened. That is not my business to know. All I can say is that your friends, from what I can tell, are deeply concerned about you, and for more reasons than you're going to be feeding all of them. And he passes that off with a sort of fake laugh, but more along the lines of how you've been traveling with them for so long that, it's difficult for me to see things within the cargo hold, but that they would rather you not be too shut off, I would think.
Alright, I see. Well, it's not like I can currently move that much, so
But of course, I was merely referring to an earlier situation. Something that was brought up to me by Caven was that something I noticed myself. The ship and its people are not very great at sharing information with each other. As I am certainly not your friend, nor am I anyone else's friend here, but I carry my own history, and there are advantages and disadvantages to having a predator such as myself on board, as there is with everyone else. Our lack of understanding that, some member of Dirtle's past would come after him and try to kill him in a bathhouse. Our lack of understanding that Alfred could be tricked by a supposed friend spewing lies who tried to take his spell book. And as for you, Thorax shrugs, whatever weight that you carried, it ends up weakening due to a lack of knowledge. Therefore, the Sorak knits his brows in consternation, and a claw in his lap reflexively clenches. I offer you a branch of sort. I will give you something of me, so that you may better understand me, as I imagine I come across as quite the brute. then they cry and watch cheesy romantic movies together. The end. No. The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, here we come. No. Said, I am a half-breed, as Karushak the Never-Dying said. My mother's name was a sealed cane, and she was human, not native to my homeland. She came to the Scar seeking fame and riches, and along the way grew attached to the various human villages struggling to survive in a land full of death. Unfortunately, her actions did not go unnoticed, and one night she had the misfortune of meeting my father, Thorak the Ineffable, and his war band. A vein bulges in his neck. My birth was not a planned or enjoyable occasion. And, in fact, it was ultimately, nearly 20 years later, that my father found my mother again, and he ripped her apart with his claws. But until then, I grew up in a human village, where, as it turns out, half-ogres weren't exactly a common thing, and you learn to be different there, but as it turns out, all the other kids were a bit afraid of my broad shoulders and peculiar claws. And he looks down at the digits, and he cracks them again, saying, I honestly don't know how these came about. My mother could give me no answers. She could only verify that my father had them as well, but I have killed many ogres, and no others that I see have them, too. I saw for myself that my father had them after I peeled his face from his flesh and listened to his terrified screams, not understanding that his own son was killing him. And he looks down at the leering face, the peeled, leathery strip that hangs around his neck. Since then, I suppose I've made many enemies myself, which is why I ended up being exiled in order to save the city of Kais. But I have tried hard to defend humans, and indeed, because of my mother, I do have a soft spot for them. She taught me many things, which is why I am as great of a warrior as I am. Among those teachings is that only fools have no fear, and brute strength is not the most important asset in a fight. I do not know whatever difficulties you face, Tenroujima, but it is obvious that you are shaken by your encounter. I cannot offer you any sort of direct assistance. I am not a... And he wiggles his fingers. I'm not one of those. What I can say is that you have your friends here, Kaven and Osmok and Durdle, and yeah, Alfred. he chortles a bit at this. who are both here to offer support, and in turn, they expect good from you, because for whatever reason you have displayed great character and sense of strength and reliability in your time together. He shrugs. Personally, I don't know what they see in you, but
Yeah, neither do I, but there we go.
he offers that as a joke.
Yeah.
And, as to the incident that happened within the temple, I only wish for you to focus your energies upon Durdle. I am. And he bites his lip. Unaccustomed to social encounters. This is the. I have done more socializing within the past week and a half than I have in the. And he trails off with that statement only saying, a very long time. I also get that there is a cultural divide, so some things get lost in the equation. Not to say that I don't appreciate whatever help that you tried to provide, only that I wanted it to be seen on others. And a predator, such as myself, takes a bit of pleasure in the wounds he earns, and keeps them as reminders of the mistakes he made. Such power that you have at your disposal would only serve to cheapen the experience. Although certainly it is definitely valuable, and perhaps I would rather experience that instead of death.
While he's doing the earlier story, she is kind of looking, has a look of shock on her face as, mainly at the part, his mother being ripped to shreds and him shredding his dad in return. Um, okay, well, okay. Um, if that's what you want, then it's okay. Yeah.
It Thorak nods. I can see that you are perhaps confused as to my heritage or upbringing, so in the hopes of better disclosure during this instance. And Thorak looks at the door, looks back at Tenroujima. You may choose to ask questions of me, and perhaps if not now, given your current condition, at a later time. Although I might not be feeling so generous. He offers again as a joke. I understand that my culture is blood-soaked. I have a blood-soaked heritage, and my pleasure I attain not in killing, but in the thrill of hunting and preying upon others would be confusing. Thorak nods. I suppose I am attempting to offer you the opportunity, when you so wish, to overcome that barrier.
She takes another sip from the water skin and she gives a little nod.
But but again, I have not eaten in several years, and I have no intention on doing so. But if I were, then it would not be you little humans aboard this ship. That would be a little bit awkward and remind me of my mother.
She looks forward and you get no response to that. Just a little awkward look right there.
Eh. Except for the first mate. If he tries any stunt like he did before, I might. I might consider it. But only him.
He's special.
Right. If he gets another weird glow around his body, that's it. Just Tenroujima's gonna be on deck and just see Thorak just like break the first mate over his knee. Best way to get to the bone marrow.
So, having a good snack there,
Oh yeah,
and
totally.
slowly turns around and walks away.
This is awkward.
Yep.
Kind of want my cleric spells back now. Shit, 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 shit.
Yep.
Oh, good times. Not for the first mate, of course.
No.
Or for anyone else aboard the ship, no. As to why I don't eat, as I noticed your confusion, Thorak lifts his claw and points to a dark band etched with magical runes around his left ring finger. It is the same reason why Durdley cannot see me in the darkness, nor can any of the orcs and ogres and trolls and wyverns and gargoyles and hydras and whatever other creatures we may find there. I am not exceptionally gifted at stealth, but I make up for that with ingenuity and surprise. It is... And Thorak thinks about it. I understand that you don't have it. It would be akin to how you would be impaired if you could not see at all. Any sort of thing. If you had a sense that was completely 100% reliable, and someone evaded it nonetheless. That is what I do with this ring.
Yeah. Sure. Has a good look at the ring, and she nods. Okay, that's yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
that's a thing. I'm still laying here in bed,
Yeah.
completely sweating and trying to fight this black potion here, man. What
Yeah.
do you want from me?
Yeah.
Like, that's a thing. That is definitely a thing, Thorak.
That's cool, bro. Keep it up.
I'm kind of dying here, but yeah, sure, why not? Story was most chilled my hath, ogre brother. The shame that Thorak doesn't really understand social awkwardness at all.
Probably a good thing though.
Thorak nods and furrows his brows again, trying to think of anything else. Well, let's see. I told you a bit about my heritage, about my mother. He's counting off now on his digits. Of my father, Thorak the Ineffable. I don't honor his unspeakable evil, by the way. That's not where I wear his face. It is more of an in recognition of my blood-soaked heritage. I'm a regular worshipper of Cord. The brawler, and his teachings have been a nice compliment to my mother's. So, if it would be as if, I tried to worship Pelor, only I secretly worship Nerul, and it, I said, well, because I was evil, Pelor would obviously strike me down or something. Thorak nods, satisfied with this analogy.
Oh man, that's gonna haunt me for so long.
That was a spur of the moment thing too. I was like, what would Thorak come up with here to explain that? Bam! I suppose in seeing a rather pained expression on Tenroujima's face, Thorak might actually get that that's a sore topic. Like, oh, 6 charisma, finally got it.
This took a while, but he took the hint. Okay.
Just get the troll in here, man. The troll would understand.
No, he actually eat me. It's like the Black Widow only male.
I mean, you are definitely in a weakened state. Now would be the time.
Yup. It's a good time to do something.
Well, sensing the intense awkwardness, then Thorak will slowly rise from the floor to his feet. I I suppose it would be best if I actually left you to the comfort of your friend's words instead of a half-ogre's. As the Thorak shrugs a bit helplessly. I don't, all I can do is provide water and scare you with talk of flaying my father's face off from the rest of his body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She a little smile appears, and uh, she tries to get up a little more. And thank you. I really appreciate the water.
Thorak nods, and looking down at Tenroujima, yeah, he struggles to think of something a bit more, and he says, "One thing that my mother said to me is that if you cannot fail, then you cannot succeed. And another, there is always a chance. I don't know what has affected you. I don't know what the servant of Nerul did. But your friends, I'm sure, are certainly capable of thinking that you can best anything. They have to be. You're a trusted ally of theirs, and a friend. And in whatever grand mission you all are pursuing to hunt down and destroy undead, I feel as if they would need you. You simply cannot leave them." Be strong, woman! No.
Trying to keep up, she falls down on the bed.
Fucking just like touches her to comfort her on her shoulder, accidentally just shoves her against the wall. Fucking bitch! Just picked up her full plate and throws at her. Get the fuck up! Quit being a pussy!
Get up and kill shit already.
Thorak now becomes Tenroujima's personal trainer. At night, making her do like sit-ups with her full plate on. Just like pull-ups from the bow of the ship. Go! One, Thorak! More! Louder! Two, Thorak! Don't you use your hocus pocus here!
Come on, please!
Don't you divine power this! Damn it! I'm watching you. You try any spells, I'm gonna step on your fingers.
Good thing I got water walk prepared, right?
There we go. Not my fingers. There you go. You start walking on water. Hey, that's cheating. I'll drag you under myself. Freedom of movement. Quit that shit. Fine, I can hold my breath longer than you. Water breathing. God damn it.
I'm actually not sure how that will work since you rise at 30 feet per. I'm not sure if how that negates each other. With you pulling her down.
Well, I 30 feet per round would actually outpull me.
Oh,
I can
okay.
only using a full round, I could only swim 20 feet.
You'd keep her head underwater. Drown, bitch! Or
There we go. It's like, yeah, it's making you, yeah, sure, the rest of your body is hanging up in the outside the water, but the head is right down there. Thorax looking down at you. Fuck you! Anyways, Tenroujima doesn't have anything else to say. Thorak will leave her in the room
Yeah.
and squeeze out and return to his cargo hold that doesn't have a comfortable bed and you just lay there alone.
You probably have a
Sad.
wolf right now chilling with you.
And watch Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants together.
Oh, hey, that's a snack. Thank you, Cave and Nom.
I would say, Kaven, I'm pretty sure that will be mentioned tomorrow. So Kaven bought a wolf. Thorak's like, oh, well, good thing that happened. That was a thing.
Oh, I kind of ate that wolf, so, what now?
Oops. I mean, I swore off eating for years, but, you know,
I craved a snack. It was late. I've
that was a,
issues.
that was a weird sense. I might be undergoing a peculiarity in my biorhythms. I don't know.
The,
Might actually be a woman.
the ring fell off for a moment.
Oh shit, don't do that. I haven't eaten in years. No, it wouldn't do that. It would just stop sustaining him up to that moment.
Yeah.
And the Ring of Sustenance feeds him and also allows him to only have to sleep for 2 hours.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
That's what it is. And it's combined with a Ring of the Dark Hidden, which makes him invisible to dark vision. That's the ring. But only invisible to dark vision. If you have any light source at all, you can see him fine. But the trick with that is creatures who have dark vision kind of expect dark vision to work all the time.
Yep.
That's why Manikai was like, so the gargoyle charges you. I'm like, are you sure? Oh, wait. He can't see you. Hmm. That's right.
So he walks into you and you get an attack of opportunity. Okay.
That's right. I'm cool with that. Even if I were flat-footed, I still get attacks of opportunity too, because I have combat reflexes. But there you go, Klinsky. You see, managed to get something out of the help me.
Yeah, yeah.
Help. I am more scared of Thorak than I was to begin with. He ripped his father's face off. I heard him say it whenever he introduced himself. I thought he was kidding.
That was a joke. Why?
I've actually seen him cleave monsters apart in one hit.
Yep, he did.
Yeah, that's right. If I was just saying, if Tenroujima actually ended up trying a healing thing on him again, like last session,
Mm.
he would have just pulled out his sword and just used non-lethal damage to knock her unconscious.
Yeah, even if
I
you have to do like 20 damage and she's already unconscious.
would say, I mean, of course, the non-lethal would have to equal her current hit points, but before you took any of the non-lethal damage.
Mm-hmm.
So it would have been like just your full hit point total. But I mean, he could probably do that.
Yeah, yeah.
2 swings. It's a 96-pound blade, so he could turn the flat of the blade. That'd probably knock you unconscious.
Third
It'd,
falls over.
it'd only be in -4 to hit, but that's what I was gonna do to the sorcerer before I killed him in one hit. He's dead. Oh, oops.
Yeah.
Wait, don't kill him. Don't. Oh, oh. Good joke. All right, and I even recorded that, accompanied with all of our awkwardness.
Hooray.
Jokes. That will. I had a talk with Caven, so I didn't encode that yet. I'll have to do that this evening.